I'm going to show you this screen later on. There is a knowledge base page on our website. I will pop this up later on once we get started in demonstration. This actual website page. It does have a whole bunch of screen layouts that you could use. There's about 5 or 6 of them, I think, that you could use. I will use one of these screen layouts and then show you how to download the rest. The sequence of what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be starting to build an output sheet from scratch, saving your output sheets to screen layouts, and then accessing existing screen layouts from online like I just showed you in the last screen. I'm going to go to that online page and show you how to download those screen layouts. And then I'm going to show you how to merge two screen layouts together to combine screen layouts. And now we can start with our demonstration. Okay, I have completed a design. Here's a design. It's a county road, horizontal alignment, vertical alignment, all done. Now it's time to go into output, to do an output multi-plot sheet. I'm going to get another window here, window, new window, multi-plot. Actually, no, I'm going to close that down. Retrieve another screen layout just so I can start from scratch. I'm going to retrieve a plan profile, a profile screen layout, and then get a window, new window, multi-plot. Start with the blank page. Get rid of this vertical curve panel so I have more real estate. Starting from scratch, show you how to put a plan profile sheet together. First of all, I'm going to put a grid so I can line things up quite nicely. Go into View, Multi-Plot Options, Snap to Grid, Show Grid. This happens to be in, you choose 5mm grid. So there's your little grid points all the way along. This won't show up when you print it out. It's just there to line things up. Let me just start by adding my subviews. I'm going to start with a plan subview. Put that up here in the top left corner. I'm going to leave a little space around so I can put another border around there. I don't like this north arrow. I'm going to put another north arrow in, so I'm just going to get rid of this one. Under Options, just double click on your subview to get the Plan 1 screen, and then click on Options, turn off north arrow. I do have a whole bunch of other template codes that I'm showing on this screen. Let's just take a look at some of the template codes I have. A right-of-way left and right-of-way right. And we have some other line types that were showing up. I think those are electrical line types. Telephone wires or electrical wires. It's quite a long road. While I'm here, I'm going to set up my labels. Plus sign. Turn on user-defined labels. Options. Change the description to stationing. Add an attribute. There's a whole bunch of attributes you can add. I'm just going to add station, L station, from the available side to the selected side. Press OK. Where do I want my stationing to appear? At what interval? I click on the point selection dialog box. To turn off all of these at once, it's easy just to go to select all and turn off include. Because I just want to turn on one of them, I'm going to go back up here. I want to turn on auto interval points 100 foot. There seems to be two of them that are 100 foot. You could make these two different ones if you want to, but I don't need to because I'm just going to use just the auto interval points 1. Double click on that. If you need to have different station, you just click on properties and just change the interval station. If you want 200, let me just change 200 just to show you how you can do that quite easily. Press OK. I'm going to leave my stationing at 200 foot interval. But by the way, this design is in imperial units for all of our neighbors down in the south of us. We can obviously have, you can also be designing in metric units, but this design happens to be a county road down the south of us, south of where I'm from, Vancouver. Okay, we have stationing on, and it should be showing my stationing every 200 foot interval. Let me just change the size. I'm going to change it to 16. Change the color to a red position. I'm going to offset it, offset the labels about 20 millimeters from the edge of the line to the right side. Press OK. Press OK. I'm not going to put any other kind of connectors. I could if I wanted to. I can just put an arrow onto. Let me just do that. Put an arrow onto my line to show where it's pointing. If you want to, I'm going to do that. And there we go. There's my first station. One thing I'm going to also do, go back there really quickly, change my decimals. Something a little bit more reasonable. Turn off default. I want 0 decimals. Make this a little bit smaller. If you happen to have noticed, my scale is at 1 inch equals 24 inches, 2400 inches on the ground. Let me add another subview profile. Again, line it up so that we're at the so we're lined up nicely on this side to the left with the plan. Make this a little bit smaller. And get rid of my mass haul diagram. I don't need to see that. Options, select, remove my mass haul diagram. Just make sure that I'm at 2400 scale, 240 and 2400. Vertical exaggeration of 10 to 1. And also double click on my plan window and make sure that that's the correct scale that it is. It's the correct scale it is. Go back to my I want to change my pagination. Go into multi-plot options. This is the dialog box that we were in before. To snap to grid, show grid. Click on the pagination button. I want to show a fixed interval of 1,000 feet per page. That will give me 26 pages. And I'm going to offset the edge of the page a little bit. maybe about negative. There, so that we're starting a little bit off the edge of the page. Go through my pages. I'm just going to go through a few really quickly. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to put in some labels in my profile window. Options. So double click again on profile subview options. Click on the options button, labeling, plus sign. Go down to the bottom here. Double click on that. Again, size 12, red. Turn off default labels. Options. Change it to stationing. Add attribute, L station. Again, the whole procedure is the same. Point selection. Select all, turn off include, and then go back up here, scroll back up here, turn on the auto interval points 1, which is 200 foot. That's the same stationing I want for my profile. I didn't turn on an arrow. Actually, my size is a little bit smaller than it was before, so I'm going to just change the size to 16, I think. Remember that when you go back in here, select the item that you want to change it. And I'm going to also put an arrow, a connector arrow, pointing to the station, and also put in a 20 millimeter offset. There we go. Now let's go through the rest of the pages. Control N will scroll through the pages. There we go. We got our first curve. And if you keep on going Control N, it will go through the pages again. Got one curve. I think we had, yeah, just one curve. Let me show you how to put in a bounding rectangle around this whole area. Edit, new subview, rectangle, and the rectangle is going to be a bounding rectangle, so it's going to have a thicker line type, a thick heavy line type, and it's going to have rounded corners, which I already have on. Put that up here. And then make sure that it comes all the way down to that point there. Double click on it again. I'm going to lock this feature, lock it fully. What locking means is that you can select other features and you won't be able to select this feature. This one's already locked down, so I won't be able to select it. If I want to unlock it, I just right-click over it. Locking of selected subviews, you can turn that, allow edit of locked items, and then you can edit it. I don't want to edit it. I want to actually have it locked down, so lock fully. Let's try that again. Okay, so now it's locked. So I can edit everything else underneath. I am going to edit this plan, turn off any kind of bounding rectangle for the plan, turn off any bounding rectangles for the profile, because I just want to have one bounding rectangle around the whole. Then you can start adding other pieces of information, such as I'm going to add a scale bar. I'm going to add a scale bar. Edit, new subview, scale bar. Put that right up here in the corner. going to be a plan scale. Notice that it notice that it resizes when you change the bounding box. I'm going to call it horizontal. Scale. If I decide to make this larger like I did before, just be aware that if you do have unlocked items, and let's say that you've accidentally selected your plan subview and you can't reselect your scale bar, just Control K will allow you to select the item that was, it will shuffle the other item back to in the background and bring the other items to the foreground. If I make this larger, it will rescale eventually to a larger scale, or sorry, smaller. It will rescale to a smaller size. Let's add a north arrow, edit new subview, a terrain. I'm going to browse for that terrain. It's right here, north 2. And I'm going to turn on, let me just continue, and then I'm going to double click, rotate with plan subview, and then make it a little bit smaller. Make sure it fits on the screen. Put that up here. Oh, by the way, I'm working on 11 by 17 page size. I'm going to shift it around in the middle of the screen. Control arrows will bring up this dialog box. Sorry, shift arrows will bring up this dialog box. And then if you keep on shifting, you can actually shift it to the center of the screen. And make sure that your rotate is on, which I did. Rotate with plan subview. And as I go around through my design, you'll see it go in a different direction. There it goes. And then it comes back once I start again over at the beginning. I'm going to add a legend. There's lots of items in this legend. Let me get rid of some of them. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom and just get rid of all this stuff. Just click and drag across all of it. And remove. 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 And I think I can fit everything in one. If you want to change the, let me just remove this one too. If you want to change the description of any of these items like plan, L-line, you can just call it horizontal alignment. And the vertical, the same thing in the vertical, the vertical alignment. This is the actual ground, so I'm just going to leave it there. Profile topography, you want to change it to ground, you can. I don't have any bridges, so I'm going to remove this. I think I have a few culverts. I'm just going to remove these reference, plan reference shots. Plan cross sections, remove that. Clearing limits, remove that. road edges, I think, exist in there, so I'm just going to leave them on, and slope stakes exist. Press OK once, and I only need one column, I think. And I'm just going to leave the title the same as it is, Legend. If you want to change the title, you're more than welcome to. I have a question, I think. Let me just check to see what the question was. Just bear with me. I'm just trying to. There it is. Okay. The question was, can you do multiple grade lines at different offsets from the center line alignment? Yes, you can. But they would be, yes, you can. Yeah, I can demonstrate that for you at a later date. I think it goes beyond what I'm going to do today. Just short answer is yes. Move my legend over to the left, to the right here. Now I'm going to add one more item, or a couple more items here. I'm going to add a data window. And my data window is going to have volumes like it already has. So I'm just going to get rid of some of these other items. Columns, I'm going to get rid of this, this, this. I just want to see cut volume, fill volume, mass haul, design totals, page totals, and I want to see them at intervals of 200 feet like I have for the rest of my design. Move this over here. Let's add one more piece of information. I'm going to add another rectangle. I'm going to just call it the page number. Just choose page number, page X of N. Move that down here. Again, you can make as many of these rectangles you want. Let me just show you really quickly how to, I'm going to make this a little bit larger. Copy a rectangle, Control C, Control V, just like normal copy paste command, and then move it over here, and then just double click on it and change the information in it. I'm going to just put user defined information designed by, and then just fill in the information in. I'm not going to fill it in. I'm just going to put in design by, and once you've created this screen layout, let me just show you how to save this screen layout. I'm going to save it in my Softtree folder. Right click, save new layout, plan over profile, March 3rd. And I'm not going to give it any further description. Just going to leave it at that. And then you can switch to a different screen layout. Oh, by the way, does that answer your question the question that was asked? Good. All right, let me just switch it to a different screen layout. And This one's a little bit funny. Let me go back to my original one. I'm going to go to a different one that works a little better. Output plan or profile should work nicely. So this is just a simple screen layout with just a plan profile and no information over here. Let me retrieve my previous screen layout and just delete the information that's in here, and I'll show you how to merge two screen layouts together. I'm going to save this again and then retrieve one of the screen layouts. Oh, by the way, I wanted to show you really quickly how you can get these screen layouts that I'm just going to show you right now. You go to our softtree.com page, and you go to support, knowledge base, location, module, and then at the bottom is a multi-plot output, outputs, and there's location outputs, sheets, and layouts. And you can download any of these different types of sheets. There's a plan profile with other information, and I've downloaded a whole bunch of these. There's one of them is 11 by 17, but most of them are D size and E size. Like I said, there's about there's actually 7 of them. No, there's 8 of them. I've downloaded all of these. I'm going to use one of them to show you the last thing I wanted to show you today is how to merge multiple screen layouts. First of all, I'm going to retrieve the screen layout, one of the screen layouts that I downloaded, 11 by 17. And then maximize it and copy and paste. Just move that out of the way. Click and drag across all this information. Control C. Retrieve my other screen layout. Control V. And there it is. That's how you can copy from one screen layout to another screen layout. And then you can save this as a totally different screen layout if you want to. This one has a little bit more information. It has the volumes like I had before. It has profile, vertical scale, horizontal scale, and a little text box down here. And the date is not, this date item here is just written in, but you can choose a print date. Although the form might not be correct for everybody, it's showing me the year, month, day, I think. I don't know exactly what it is, if it's that order, if it's year, day, month. I think it's year, month, day. If that's not the correct form, then you're just going to have to click on user defined and just type in your own date. March 3rd, 2017. And that will update. Okay, thank you folks. That's all I wanted to show you today. I hope that was very informative. Please join us for our upcoming webinars. Sign up for as many as you would like. We have them every 2 weeks or so. Sometimes they're every 3 weeks. Thank you very much. Thanks. Bye.